Welcome, MūV crew, to your mobility class. My name is Jenny. Here with me in studio is Cory. Welcome, Cory. Say hi. Hello, everyone.
Hold on. I want to see if this works. I hope the green ball shows up like the green screen background. That's what it's going for.
That is what he's going for there.
That's what it's going for.
And also, grab a lacrosse ball, or softball, or golf ball, or tennis ball, something, because we're going to use these guys today. No foam rollers for the class, just these, because we want to dig in to those muscles today.
Thanks for joining us. We are live. So, appreciate you guys tuning in. Like Jenny said, all you need is a lacrosse ball today. We are going to do a couch stretch. So if you have a pillow of sorts to put under your knee, you don't need it, but it's beneficial. Yes. And then an elevated surface, we're using the plyo box. It's called the couch stretch because you can use your couch. But if you have a coffee table, ottoman, anything about 15, 16 inches, maybe a little taller or shorter, depending on how tall or short you are, will work. I'm 5'6". If we round up just a little bit. And a 16-inch box works perfectly for me. 14 is a little too low. 16 works perfectly. So Jenny's just a tiny bit shorter than I am, so that'll work as well. So if you're taller than us, go for something a little bit taller of a box or surface. Again, a couch works perfect. Cool?
Yep.
Okay, we're going full body.
We're doing full body today.
Yeah, so if you log into MUV, or MūV, as we call it, so MUVirtual.com, we have a collection of mobility classes where we focus on a couple different points. So we're going to obviously steal from those programs and episodes into our full body today. And like Jenny said, we're going to start on our feet and move our way all the way up.
Toes to nose.
Sound good? And we're going to join you. We're going to do all the same things you're going to do. We'll talk you through it. If, of course, we need to point something out to you or cue for you, we will do that. One of us will help you out and kind of point around and get you going.
Yes.
Cool?
Cool.
Where do you want to start?
Feet.
Feet. I'll start at the bottom. Started at the bottom.
Now we're smashing.
All right. Jenny, what are we doing with the ball on our feet?
The ball on our feet? We're going to seek and destroy. So first of all, we're just going to roll around on the bottom of our foot, dig into some areas that are feeling sore or just a little restricted. And then once you find that kind of juicy spot, you're going to hold, you're going to stick your weight on there, and we're going to hold it for 90 seconds.
Should I go start the timer?
Yeah. Usually it's just running in the background.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful.
Today.
And
not today.
Not today.
All right. 90 seconds
90
started.
seconds has started.
I'm losing time.
You are.
So once you find that nasty spot, breathe. It's really all the cueing we're going to do today. We'll just repeat that over and over again. Once you find that spot you want to beat up, you want to pinpoint, you want to smash, just need you to breathe. Continue to put pressure on it, hopefully a little bit more all the time, and breathe through that discomfort.
Yes. Ooh, yeah. And 20 more seconds for us here.
I find it very interesting how different our spots are on our feet.
Yep.
Mine is my arch right on that inside edge of my foot. And Jenny's is like right in the middle of her foot. Both widthwise and lengthwise.
That's 90. Give that a little roll out. I think we should go in between our toes before we just go to the next foot.
So ball at the toes, and then pivot through the heel back and forth. Let the ball spread those toes as it rolls back and forth.
Like if you're going to go get a pedicure and they put that toe spreader in there, Make sure all the nail polish doesn't get on you. Do that. Like alien toes. Sweet. Other side.
Nice.
Other foot, some seek and destroy.
Sounds a little more grouchy.
This one actually feels better for me.
And about how long are we seeking for?
Let's say 30 seconds.
30 seconds. So just roll everywhere for 30 seconds.
The whole bottom of the foot too.
Search for a spot.
I mean, you can totally go longer too, if that's feeling nice. All right, let's pinpoint a spot. Mine's a little higher on this foot. This is so relaxing.
Gotta be a special kind of person to find this kind of level of discomfort relaxing.
Yeah.
I feel like that says a lot about you, Jenny, as a person.
Thanks. I don't know if that's a compliment, but...
Yeah, I don't know either. I appreciate that you took it like one.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to be insulted, so I'm going to take it as a compliment.
There's some truth to that, though. I feel like it takes a lot of practice to enjoy this soft tissue release, right? The self-myofascial release. Mm-hmm. But once you do, it's kind of like meditation. You can clear your mind. You can focus on your breathing. You can think positive talk. You can have some self-talk. You can kind of like journal a little in your head. Really builds a connection between that mind and your body.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got a strobe light.
It's a party up in here. Let me fix that.
Maybe go. Save the day. I mean, we only had 5 more seconds anyway, so. All right. Out of that, and let's roll it around a little bit on the bottom of your foot. And then get back into those toes. You can plant the heel on the floor when you do this, and just side to side. Spreading out those toes nice and wide. My ball keeps running away from me.
Crisis averted, I think.
Until we have another strobe light party.
Things are bound to go wrong on a live class. Just the way it goes.
It's true. Nothing you can do about it. My left pinky toe does not want to separate from that toe beside it. It's like clinging.
Happily married to the toe beside it?
Yeah. Very much. All right. That is definitely a few more times than the right side.
Awesome.
Checking out your arches or what?
Yeah, just like moving around those spots. Cool.
Yes.
I mean, the one thing we really want you to take advantage of is once you've worked out an area is to move it around. You have that extra mobility. We've calmed down any restrictions, so to speak, any guarding that might be happening in your body to keep you out of ranges of motion. So once you do it and that loosens up, use that range of motion, right? So if it was our feet, one thing we could do right away is start to include some arch exercises or toe exercises. Practice picking up your little toes, push your big toes into the ground, practice pushing the little toes down, lift the big toe. You can see my left side does it well, but I cannot for the life of me do it on my right side. Anyways, once you have range of motion, use it.
Yeah.
All right, what are we moving on to? What's next?
We're going to go to the side of our lower leg.
Okay.
On the outside there, where the bigger, meatier muscles are.
Okay, so we're putting the ball, you said, outside of the leg?
Yep.
Okay. So those muscles run vertically, up and down, that side of your leg. I want you to put the ball there. I like to lift up the heel a little bit, because then I can get more weight into the ball. And then my other hand can either prop me up if this is already uncomfortable, or it can help me dig in. And then all I kind of do is just pivot back and forth, kind of rotating around my butt cheek to dig in. And when I find a spot, I like to cross fiber, which means I'm going to straighten my leg just a little bit. I then bend it, so I'm going back and forth across those muscle fibers, which is a little nastier, a little more intense. We're doing 90 seconds again, I assume?
Yeah.
Did you get a look at the clock?
I did now.
Okay. I cannot see it from here, so you're in charge.
Okay, sounds good.
So you could just push to your level of comfort. Push to your level of comfort. Add more, and as you calm down and it becomes more comfortable, as you relax, try to add more pressure. And if you're getting some referral, which means you're feeling like a tingling or kind of a lightning rod sensation somewhere else in your body, that's okay. That's normal. It's very common. Of course, we don't want it to be actual pain, but for example, I can feel some tingling in my foot right now.
Me too.
Cool. I'm not the only one.
It was like as soon as you said it, I was like, yes.
Notre Dame's effect.
The what?
Notre Dame's effect.
What's that?
Oh, Notre Dame was a guy who predicted things in the future.
Oh, so he was clairvoyant.
I suppose.
Now let's say we got 10 more seconds.
Okay.
I'm actually quite enjoying this one though, despite the tingling.
Sometimes tingle's good.
All right, that's time.
So that was 90?
Close to, I think.
All right. So, just like we did with the ankle, or our foot, excuse me, let's move the ankle around and kind of just work through some of that range of motion. We'll call it cars. So just big circles with that ankle. Not moving around willy-nilly. You're kind of fighting yourself as you do a couple circles. Just do them in each direction a couple times. And then you can actually kind of get a good idea of what that muscle is doing. You'll see them flex as you dorsiflex and supinate. No. Pronate. There you go. Supinate, pronate. There we go. Invert, evert. I can feel them kicking in though. Okay. Other side.
Yes. Switch those legs. I guess finish up at the time.
Found a spot.
Ooh, I just found mine. That grabbed so hard. Need to relax.
You make it sound like it's like a skateboarding trick. Grab so hard, dude. This is gnarly.
Gnarly. Tony Hawk better watch this video.
Did you ever play Tony Hawk growing up? Like the video game? No. My brother loved it.
Yeah, I was going to say, so I think I had some guy friends who liked it.
I played a little.
And I would watch.
That was terrible. Can you actually skateboard now that we bring up Tony Hawk?
I've tried snow skating, which is a skateboard on top of like a mini ski.
Yeah, I've seen it. Like you're not locked in, right? Like you're
not locked in. You're like, it's like a skateboard. So that's on the snow, and I have tried that, and I picked it up pretty quick. But I don't know. I really enjoy falling on snow when I fall.
Asphalt's different.
It's a little intimidating. So I could try a skateboard. I could maybe pick it up, but we had some as kids, and it was terrifying. Skinned my knees a lot. So I was like, I'm gonna rollerblade. All right, that's definitely 90 now.
Okay, same thing. Do some cars for that ankle. Stick that guy out. Pull it up. Kind of squeeze everything around that ankle, and then move in some slow, steady circles. Kind of feeling and looking at the muscles in that lower leg. Figuring out when they contract and when they relax, depending on the position of your foot. And that way you can kind of get an idea of what's working and when it's working, which can help you lead to some better movement patterns because you know what to focus on when you're in certain positions.
Yeah.
When you want to be, say, in your heels or in the outside edge of your foot or the inside edge of your foot. Okay, cool. Moving on up, like the Jeffersons. Quads?
Yep.
Quads. All right. We're going to pick 2 spots in the quads, right? That's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, that teardrop, so down just above your kneecap on the inside is a nasty spot. And then kind of diagonal from it, outside and up, kind of right on the edge of where that IT band would be, which kind of covers some of those quads. We're getting after those 2 areas. Doesn't matter if those aren't your areas or if they are. Stick on each of them. You got 2 spots for 90 seconds. Start there, roll around, see if that's your spot. If it is, pin it down for 90 seconds. We'll do 2 spots on one leg.
Okay.
And then we'll do 2 spots on the other. And then we'll get into our couch stretch. How's that sound?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it, crew. So, I'm going to start in that half fetal position. I got the ball just on that inside edge above my kneecap like I talked about. My opposite hand is going to be beside me. And then the same side hand, my fist, where my hand can become my pillow. And I'm just going to try to breathe and relax despite the level of discomfort going on.
Quite a solid amount on this spot for me.
Pardon me?
It's like quite a solid amount on this spot for me.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to rotate my hip to kind of, again, cross fiber. There's not a lot of up and down, but it works great here because once I pin it down, I don't really want to move away from that spot, so I'm going to rotate that hip.
All right, I got an eye on the clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Again, as we move here, you're probably in a little more discomfort than you were before. At least for me, I know these are a little rougher spots. Mm-hmm. So I just want you to focus, double down on that breathing.
I can feel some heat starting down there. It's getting warm.
Because this class is fire.
It is. I would agree. All right, we still got 30 seconds.
So much fun I'm having right now. MU crew, I hope you're having as much fun as I am. Just enjoying the heck out of this.
I'm really enjoying looking at your face. You're making some good ones.
It's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Don't get used to it. Almost there. Time.
Cool.
Oh,
Immediately
lovely.
transition to that second spot. So I'm going up the body, so superior, and then lateral, meaning to the outside edge. So I will totally shift my position, go On the other side, other knee up, switch over. Ball still on the same leg, but now I'm in that outside edge towards the top of my thigh. If your spot is different, of course, roll around a little, seek one out. But for me, I know exactly where that next nasty spot is, and I'm on it. And we'll do another 90 seconds. And if you're really, really brave, you can pick that foot off the floor, bend that knee, add more weight and intensity to the pinning that down. But we're getting close to like an 8, 9 out of 10 for discomfort when we do this. So, like I said, you gotta be brave.
Ooh.
Like the redheaded Disney girl, right? Is that the movie,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Whoa. Just rolling over muscles.
This is a solid one.
It's at times like this you understand maybe why people don't roll out every day. Oh, so gnarly.
Okay. Okay, I'll try and lean back down on that part. Okay. 20 more seconds. Breathe, Cory.
The good news is, yeah, it's released a little bit, so it feels better.
Nice.
Yeah, I can roll over that spot without a bunch of discomfort.
All right, that's time. Oh.
Excellent.
Okay.
Having fun. Other side?
Crawling my way back up. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what? Actually, I'm going to change my mind. Let's do Couchstretch first.
Okay.
Let's take advantage of this range of motion. Also, I'm not quite ready to lay on the ball again. So let's take a couple minutes off of that.
That
And let's do
actually
Couchstretch.
sounds perfect.
Okay, so grab your pillow. Jenny and I will use the same box.
Thanks.
And we'll just go back to back here. So you're going to put your foot on the box like you would a rear elevated split squat. Box is a little higher, and you're trying to get closer. So I'm trying to get my knee close to the box. I'm in this lunge position, tucking my tail, squeezing my bum. I'm going to rotate that back hip forward, and then I'm going to add that reach and a little rotation and get after the quads. Depending on how hard you tuck and drive forward, you might get some hip flexors in there as well. But we're specifically attacking the quads, but you might feel that all the way up, even into your abdomen or your lats if you get a nice big reach and rotation here. You got the time? 2020.
Yes.
All right.
How long are we staying in this one?
Let's do 90 seconds as well.
Okay.
So you can make this stretch as intense as you want. It comes down to you squeezing your bum, driving and leaning into position. Even a little bit of arch is okay, but not hyperextending through that spine. Tuck the tail, brace the core, then we can add a little reach and rotation.
I know where we can go, where the sunrise lasts forever, and it's all you and me. We'll kiss the sky goodnight. Come get lost with me. 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 Just run away with me, darling.
It's a minute exactly. 30 more seconds. It's probably 3, maybe 4 more deep breaths.
Lost again. Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again.
Alrighty. When you're ready to go for a walk, shake out those legs. I bet one of them feels a lot different than the other one right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so let's just have a little fun with that. Once you've shaken it out, you've taken 10, 20 seconds. Just give me a couple squats. All we're doing this for is just so you can feel the difference from leg to leg. How loose that one feels when you're rolled out compared to
It
the other one.
actually feels lighter, too. Like when I pick my legs
absolutely.
up.
Cool beans.
Very. The
All right.
smoothness of that leg
Yeah.
moving
just a-
through that range of motion.
I hope you
is-
feel the same, crew.
Yeah.
That leg you just worked on definitely is. That's a great word to use. Smoothness.
Smoothness.
Just moves through that with a little more flow, a little less restriction. Doesn't feel like you're fighting it. Other side.
Yes.
All right, I'm ready to do this again. So
Oh, that's a box.
again, I'm gonna start inside of the leg low, so just above my kneecap, and then roll it to the inside. Come into that half fetal position. Hand is behind my back or beside me. Other hand is my pillow. And I'm going to get after that spot. Mostly cross fiber. And there we go. I got the time. Let's do it.
Oh, my goodness.
Again, just breathe. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Alright, very good. That is the end of your 90 seconds. It went by fast, I feel.
Kind of did, eh?
Alright. Switch to your second spot on your quads again. I'm moving diagonal, up and laterally. Kind of at the bottom where I put my hand in my pocket. The bottom of that pocket right there, up and outside. And I'll roll it around a little, find my spot there. So I change over. Change over that half fetal position. Ball's on the same leg. Put a new spot. And of course, give it a little roll till you find it. And then pinpoint it. Smash it. And this one's a little different on this side than the other. Okay, there we go. Breathe through that. Jenny, you got the time?
Oh, yep. That's okay. We were just saying how the last 90 went by so quick. Now we got an extra like 20 on this one.
Again, bend that knee. Pull your heel to your bum if you're feeling brave. That's it?
Yes.
One more big breath, crew. Good job. Get out of there when you're ready. We'll go for that little walk. And then we'll take it into couch stretch. Oh.
Man. This one's kicking my butt right now.
We're having all the fun today, aren't we, guys?
In a good way.
Yeah. Okay, so same thing, coming to that lunge-like position. The leg you're trying to stretch is on the box. You're trying to push your knee as close to that box as you can. If you're out here, you're not going to feel it as much as if you're nice and tight. I like using the box, again, because it lets my foot sit on it. You could technically use a wall, but a wall is going to be jamming that foot into a lot of plantar flexion. And I feel that more in my ankle when I stretch like that. This takes that away. However, if all you have is a wall, you can still do this with the foot against the wall. Okay, tuck your tail. Lean into it, add that reach and rotation. Get after that. Use anything you need for support and stability.
I saw it move through the air. I saw the lights fall down. I saw it come for your care. If I could just know
How's our time? 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Last big breath.
Oh, mama.
Let it go.
Take a little walk.
Oh, yeah. I could float away.
Float away.
My legs could just float right off my body right now.
All right, take that little walk. Shake those guys out. Then let's do some squats again. Again, just a little test. How one side feels to the other. Give me a good one, so that means grab the floor with your feet. We want to have those arches. Knees are out. Butt drops as straight down as you can. You don't stick it out. And just see how that leg feels now. Especially because we got to try it out before we rolled it. Compared to that other side. Oh, good.
Very.
Ah,
Getting nice.
definitely better than it was before.
Yeah.
I would say. I hope yours is as well, guys. Okay, we're going to do some quick glutes.
Yes.
QL. And then get to the shoulders.
Yep.
Because I feel like we're running out of time.
Okay.
So let's get through this, guys.
Let's do it.
Sit on the ball. Take that guy right inside of your butt cheek. Figure 4. And roll. Like a little side to side, up and down. If you've ever done that piriformis / glute before, you know there's that nasty spot, a little soft spot you can get into. It feels like you're getting stabbed in the hip, as I like to describe it. If you want, feel free to sit on that spot. Take some deep breaths. We're only going to be 90 seconds on the glutes in total, so you won't have time to just get one spot if you're planning on doing any rolling around. Or you could just dig into that one spot as well. Still got another minute.
Yeah.
And we'll do both sides, and then we'll do a couple more squats, and then we'll do a little bit of QL stuff. And if you don't know what your QL is, now that we're talking about it, Jenny can tell you all about it.
Quadratus lumborum.
Yeah.
It's shaped like a rectangle / square. That's why it's called quadratus. It attaches your sacrum to your spine, your lower lumbar.
Yeah.
Lumborum.
So it's a lot of side bending. We'll
Yes.
activate it.
They're quite a big posterior back muscle.
Yeah. They're also a big hassle because many of us sit into one hip or have one hip that's slightly elevated because your
All right,
hips
that
can
is
move.
Time.
That's time. Other side.
Yeah.
So your QLs can take a lot of work if you're always slightly shifted with your hips, as we all are. So if you like to sit in one hip all day,
Yeah.
your opposite side QL is always going to be grabbing and pulling. That other side's always going to be stretched. So, because that's the case, they can get nasty, and often, I find at least with the clients that we work with here, that's much of the problem with their low back pain
Yeah, I was gonna
is some
say.
of that grabbing by the QL. So we'll beat it up.
We got a minute here. Ooh. Hello. I'm just gonna dance through this one.
Dance the discomfort away.
Yep. I'm not thinking about it. It's time right there.
Cool. Let's pop up. Couple more squats. Now you're thinking more about the backside. Think about your bum and how it feels during your squats. Was it restricting before? Can you move, especially through this deep range of motion, a little better than you could before? Because that's where your glutes are going to be under the most tension. That's where they're the most stretched. Nice.
Very.
Okay, so QL runs a little outside to inside, like
Yep.
Jenny said. We're going to get after it right on top of the hip. So I want you right on top of your hip, a little out to the side, and we're going to beat that area. We don't want to beat up here in the lower back where the erectors are. It's just painful and messy. So stay kind of off to the side above the hip. And of course it attaches to the spine, but we don't want to beat that up because we don't want to get this ball rolling over our spine accidentally. So we're going to stay down in this area. So grab a seat, put that ball, I'm going to move my mic pack out of the way, put that ball where you want it. You can do this against the wall, not just the floor. I find that spot above my hip, and then I'm just going to go back and forth across that area, spending a little more time on that lateral side, so you're outside, than opposed to the medial, which would be closer to your spine. And you'll find a nasty spot in there. And for me, it's just above my hip, so I actually probably move off the ridge of my hip by about half an inch or so. And once I find it, there we go, I can take smaller rotations back and forth. And I got the time.
This one feels like I'm getting stabbed in the back now.
You need better friends.
Yeah.
Nobody likes getting stabbed in the back.
I just need my friends to come beat up this ball for me later.
Ball is no friend of mine. Stab me in the back like that. We got 45 seconds. You're halfway there. Breathe. The knee is pulled up because if I let it drop, I'm going to arch my back, extend my spine. So I want to come and do a little bit of flexion. You can even hold onto that leg if you like. And then take that guy back and forth. Like I said, you could do this against the wall too, so you'd be standing up. This leg could even be on the ground if that's the case, or you could lift it up and then you're just going to go back and forth until you find that spot. And dig in. We've got 15 seconds. Give me 2 deep breaths. Nice. I like that one.
You say you like that one?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I do like it too, actually.
All right, I'm going to move that
Although-
mic back over to the other side. Let's do the other side. Ball again. Just on the ridge, that hip. Find the spot first. Then bring that knee up. Just hold it there. You can use your hands. And then let's go back and forth again. A little seek and destroy, as we mentioned before. And when you find it, hang out and make that a smaller perturbation across the part you're trying to smash. So my left side for sure is my worst side. By the way, we got 30 seconds left, crew. And because this muscle runs on a diagonal and it's kind of chasing up and in, you might find you have better results actually driving in on an angle as well. Don't just lay flat on the ball. Sure, you'll feel pressure there, but you might not hit the actual spot. So if you get it off to the side more and you drive your body down into the ball on that angle, you get a more intense pinpoint. And that would go with a lot of muscles. We don't just always want to be directly 90 degrees over top of them. We can drive into this ball at multiple angles to hit multiple different spots. And there we go. That's calmed down a little bit for me. Nice. And our time is up. That was even a little extra time. I got chatting there. Good.
You were in the zone.
So let's stand up. Let's do a couple more squats and then finish with shoulders.
Yes.
Okay.
I love shoulders.
So if you're one of those people that really drives out and arches, those QLs probably are really tight on you. So I want you to brace your core so the ribs come down. You're going to tuck your tail a little bit. Again, grab the floor with your feet, drive the knees forward. Try to hold your rib cage right over your hips. Squat. Come back up. Hopefully, you're getting less of that wink happening at the bottom. And your low back and back in general feels more secure at the bottom of the squat. You're not in this rolled position, hips tucked. You can find your neutral. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay. We're going to go traps, and then we're going to go front side of the shoulder, chest, and then anterior.
Okay.
Okay.
Starting with the traps?
Starting with the traps.
Sounds
so,
good.
let me get Jenny down in position. I'll show you what you're doing. We are getting
Looking like
nice
this.
and high up in this area, right? So, Jenny's going to resist doing this a little bit because her traps are always tight. We're just going to put that ball right nice and high, right where somebody would start to give you a massage, dig their thumbs into your back. That's where I want the ball. Brace your core for me. You two, crew. Lift your hips. Now start to let yourself roll that ball back and forth over the top of your shoulder blade. So you kind of just get this little wiggle going on. And that ball is rolling. Get this hood out of the way. Back and forth right here across the top of that shoulder blade. It's probably one of my second favorite.
lost my ball.
Second favorite trap smashes. Another good one is if you have a barbell at home or something that you can roll out the top side with. That's another really good way to beat up those traps.
That would be very intense with the barbell.
It is.
For me, anyway.
Specifically good if you have a rack. So if you're lucky enough to have a rack at home or you go to a gym with a rack, you just take half the barbell off the rack, put it on that shoulder, and then roll it up and down. A little bit of lean forward so you can get a better angle is probably the way to do it. And of course, if you add weight to that barbell, now it's got weight digging down on you, and you can really get after those traps. Or if you're lucky enough to have a partner at home, you can just ask them to dig their elbow in. That works too. Get another 15 seconds. If you pinpointed a spot, that's fine. If you were rolling the whole time, that's fine too. Whichever works for you. You can always move your arm around while you're here too, right? You can't see it, but as soon as Jenny lifted her arm up, her whole face went squinty.
Concentration face, as well as, okay, I'm firing up my muscle now, and it's just gonna hurt.
A little more discomfort when you get that arm going?
Yes.
Okay. Finish your last arm movement here, and then we're going to switch sides, crew.
Yeah.
So don't roll that ball across the right, Jenny. Don't roll that ball across your spine. Pick it up. Move it to the other side, please. Yeah.
It'd be good.
Safety first.
Especially around your neck. I just pulled out some of my hairs.
Yeah, if you got long hair or a hood,
It's
try not
just
to
the baby
roll
hairs.
up on it.
My little baby hairs are gone now. Okay, this is getting... Oh, that's why I'm not doing it right. Okay, there we go.
So again, bracing the core, hips are up, rolling back and forth so that ball is rolling across the top of the shoulder blade, of course on the backside. Again, this is something you can do against the wall. Doing it on the ground here, definitely more intense, probably a little less control of your movements because it's more intense. Wall is the opposite. You have more control about where the ball goes, but you can't put the same kind of force back into it unless you're really, really given. This is a more intense yet efficient, I would say, relaxing way to do it. Whereas when you do it on the wall, you have more control, but your whole body has to be engaged to push backwards into that ball.
I see it. I found the nastiest spot up here.
Good. Move your arm around. We'll give you 30 more seconds. Follow along, crew. We'll give you 30 seconds here. If you haven't already, take that arm, move it around a little bit. We'll give Jenny here 3 or so reps with that arm. Really squeeze your bum. Make sure your low back isn't doing the work. Tuck that tail. Good. So 1 or 2 more deep breaths. 1 more arm movement if you're following along. When you're done, drop your bum. Grab that ball. Move it out of the way. Good deal. Last 2 things, front side of the shoulder. First thing we're going to do is you can do this on the wall or on the floor. We're going to do it on the floor for you. You're going to take your hand, put it behind your back. Ball comes into your chest, right where you got the most meat. It's kind of nice and high. And again, this is an angle thing. So if you drive straight down, that's good, but you probably don't feel it as much. I want you kind of in the side, pushing this way, across your body. So In order to do that, Jenny's on her right side here. Right hand goes behind her back or beside her. That's fine if it's beside her. She's in this half fetal position again. And she's really going to rotate your hips. So drive your right hip down, Jenny, your left hip up a little. You can bring that knee a little higher to your chest if that's comfortable for you. So she is driving in this way, rotating into the ball. So she's getting that angle this way into that spot. It's a little harder to roll around when you're in this position, so kind of if you need to, pick yourself up, put yourself into a different spot. But once you find that spot, I just need you to dig in, breathe, relax. Every exhale should help you get rid of some tension. Think of it that way. Breathe out that tension. We'll do 90 seconds, and then we're going to move the ball up to the anterior delt, so the front of the actual shoulder. There's a lot of nasty stuff going in there. It's a big interstate highway. We're crisscrossing everything. "30 more seconds. I'll hold you here for. That's just 3 or 4 breaths, nice and slow. In through your mouth. Excuse me, in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Messing up my own cues today.
How dare you?
Okay, when you're ready, take that ball, move it to the front of the shoulder, so you get that crease where your arm begins and kind of your torso ends. Just above that. Again, hand behind the back, exactly the same position you were in for the chest, but now you're driving your shoulder into that ball instead of your chest. Maybe 90 seconds here as well. Nice job, guys. Keep her going. Focus on your breath.
Definitely for this one, I'm focusing on the breathing. Breathe through that discomfort.
Just over 30 seconds left. You can always add more by trying to rotate more. So the harder you drive that hip down, rotate that shoulder into the ball, the more intensity you're going to add to this drill.
I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you.
10 seconds, so one more breath.
I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna dance all
When you're ready, make your way off that ball. Take your time. Before we go to the other side, I want you to sit up. We're going to do some Y flies. You can just roll out that shoulder. Again, kind of like we did with our squats. So Jenny's worked out the right side. Give us some Y flies, Jenny. And just a little comparison from the side we have moved
This way.
and rolled out compared to the other side. So just you're trying to reach for the sky as well as reach backwards. And arms come up like she's one of the village people in that nice big Y position. Good. How's that rolled out side feeling compared to the non-rolled out?
Nice.
Again, smoother, looser, kind of like with the legs.
There. Yep.
Perfect. Okay, let's do the other side, and then we're getting out of here, guys. So, Jenny did her right side first. You can do her left side. You guys make the switch, whatever your unsmashed outside is. Starting with the chest. Again, hand behind the back. That same hip rotates down. Other knee comes to the chest in that half fetal position. Dig in. We're not trying to push square. Again, we're trying to dig that ball in and across the chest. Focus on that breathing.
One of us has changed. We say we're trying, but we just stayed the same. And the truth is, I think we're better off. Me, myself, and I, at least give it a try. Sometimes we're just ourselves and not with someone else. Me, myself, and I, at least give it a try.
30 seconds. A little less than that.
Sometimes we're just ourselves and not with someone else.
Good crew. Here we go. 2 more deep breaths for me. In through your nose, out through your mouth. As you breathe out, really drive into that ball. Add a little intensity. 1 more of those breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Drive in as you finish that exhale. And then when you're ready, again, that ball is creeping up. We're going into the shoulder now instead of the chest, but you're in the exact same position, arm behind the back or beside you, other knee up in that child's pose, driving in. And just like we talked about, this could be done on the wall as well. We're using the floor because it's just more chill. Definitely more intense, more pressure on the ball, but you don't have to force that position, meaning you don't have to actually do any work to get that ball digging into you. Gravity does it all for you. Still got a minute. How's this side compared to the other, Jenny?
The chest one was definitely a lot less. Got a lot less feedback. My right one was definitely worse. I think honestly for both. Which is funny because my left shoulder is usually the one who's most upset.
Well, it's good to make note of, especially if you're rolling out often, several times a week.
Yeah.
You can judge your progress then based on those kind of observations.
Yeah.
We've got less than 30 seconds.
Makes me
Dig it up.
think my left one is about my shoulder blade itself. And then my restriction on my right side might be at the front.
Got 10 seconds. 1 more big deep breath, maybe 2. Again, drive into that ball as you finish these last 2 exhales. And through that nose, out through that mouth. When you're ready, come off that ball. Let's roll out those shoulders a little bit. Give yourself a big hug or 2. We'll do another set of Y flies. We can do them standing or sitting. However you did them last time, do them that way again. So we tuck our tail a little bit, ribs are down, try to balance the rib cage and the hips. And then move those hands up and backwards. Try to relax the neck. Don't push it forward. Don't shrug the shoulders. How's that, Jay?
So nice. So smooth. Woohoo! Range of motion.
Like Santana and Rob Thomas?
Sure.
All right, guys. MU crew, thank you so much for joining us today. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
hanging out with us for mobility. That was basically a full hour.
Wonderful.
So head to toe, or
Yep.
toe to head, really. So many other drills we can cover and do. If you need anything or advice on anything, reach out to us. We'll do our best to give you a hand or refer to somebody who's a little bit smarter or more specific in their knowledge to your particular problem than we are.
Yes.
Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks so much.
Thank you.